It's Corner House Chronicles Day. Ah, the bitter cold.
It gets you.
We're at the end of January, basically.
Do you hear that?
Pretty close.
Oh, yes, that's the heater.
Right. It ain't too bad in here, though.
No, not really.
No, it's toasty enough. It wasn't actually that cold of a day, though. Like, it was bitter cold last night throughout the evening, and then, the sun started to come up. Well, not come up, but you know what I mean. We got a little daylight. It warmed up a little bit. You know who else warmed up this weekend?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Mr. Conor McGregor is back.
That was impressive.
Now, I'm kind of skeptical.
You think so? Really?
I agree with Nate Diaz. This was just a setup.
Ooh.
Wow.
I don't know, man. Cerrone's a real fighter.
He is, but he didn't throw a punch.
Yeah, he threw like a head kick, and well,
I
they
think that was
tied
him
up so
falling
quick, and
down,
then
not a head kick.
that first shoulder broke his nose.
No, I think it was the second shoulder. The first shoulder, like, what the fuck? The second one was the meaty one.
That could okay, yeah, you might be right on that.
And then the third one, that was it.
If
Then
he
he kinda-
truly planned that into his, them shoulder strikes like that, you
Fucking
don't see
genius.
that a lot, man.
I've never seen that. Not,
As
not
Cerrone
like
said,
that.
I've never seen that.
Right, right,
Like, I've seen people just, like, trying to smack someone's face to get him to move around, but
right.
not as an actual strike.
And then that head kick landed right behind the ear, perfect,
yeah.
dude, and that was like the kill shot. He just turtled up real quick.
It was just the perfect series of events. He clipped him with the knee.
Well, he missed the first punch. And I
Right.
think that set everything up because
But-
Cerrone wasn't looking when he was coming back up.
Because he got clipped with the knee while he was down there.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Okay.
So he got clipped with the knee, gets up, grapples to try and get his bearings. All of a sudden, pop, pop, pop. He's got the shoulders, breaks his nose, and he's like,
Fucks
whoa.
up his eye.
Right.
Stumbles back, and then gets,
Misses his head kick. Well,
Gets-
gets it blocked.
right, gets hit with one. And then Herb Dean does the most unlikely Herb Dean thing in
And lets
all
it
of
go.
yours. It just lets it go. And McGregor even stopped and
He
was
kind of
like,
looked at him like, you sure?
You
I'm going to
want-
hit him again.
really, Dean? This is how this is going down? Dean is like, I get in so much trouble all the time.
If
I
I
don't know
stop
what
it
to
too
do.
early, I'm fired. He said this was the last time.
Dude, that 40 seconds of real time was probably like 8 minutes in his world.
Oh,
you
you
know what I
imagine?
mean?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just
He was just panicking, and McGregor kept looking at him. He's like, bap, bap. Okay, bap,
right.
bap.
And you can't hear what Herb Dean's yelling at Cerrone. Like, move
Fucking-
something, defend yourself, do
We
something.
got 10 more seconds, Cerrone. Just keep going.
right.
Got to cover that spread.
We don't hit the minute. I don't hit my ref bonus.
Actually, I meant to check what the line was on that fight before I wonder where the money was at. Because
He wanted
I
to make-
imagine early McGregor was a favorite.
He was the favorite the whole time. You
Was
had
he?
to spend, I think it was $300, 300 and some to win 100 if you bet on
Like
McGregor.
360
Oh,
to
yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dan, what was it Bazlarian?
Balzarian.
Yeah, him. He
Yeah.
lost over $1 million on it
Holding up his pocket change fucking picture.
with $1 million
Jesus,
bills
on the
behind him
table.
that no longer his.
Well,
I wonder if Mayweather bet on McGregor or not.
that's a good
You
question.
know they're probably boys now.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably tight buddies.
I guess afterwards, Mayweather was talking shit. Like, round two, bitch.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That's all show. He's always hyping the next
Oh,
fight.
it has to, yeah. And McGregor was like, hey, he must be running out of money.
McGregor was different. Humble. No,
I think that's...
no duck walk. No mouth running.
I think it was a stipulation to get back into the ring due to his tirade and rumored drug problem.
I mean, there was videos of him in Ireland in bars throwing punches at people because they were talking shit to his face about his whiskey.
He was an old man. He was like a
Right.
60-year-old man.
Yeah, I get all that, but
He did seem different. He did. He
it was
did.
even. It wasn't even like it was
He was
held
very
back.
reserved.
It was like I've come to another step in my life.
Right. Right. Because the first thing Joe Rogan congratulates him and puts a mic in his face and he plugs his whiskey.
Yeah.
We got a bigger bottle.
I did like it that he was like, anyone who wants it can, anyone you, whatever he said.
Mouthy fools or
Mouthy
something.
fools
Yeah.
can get it. And everyone in the crowd's just like, me. Even the guy at the commentary with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, yeah, right here.
Yeah, you could tell Rogan was going to take the microwave, so he just put both
Clamped
hands
on it.
over it and just held it there. And Rogan's like, "Really, really, Connor?"
I think Connor should go on Rogan's podcast. That'd be a fun
I'm
hour or
surprised he
two.
hasn't.
I'm surprised he hasn't either.
Yeah.
That's just a more plug for his whiskey.
Even one of the MMA episodes that he does, because he does them special
Does
fight
Rogan have
companions.
many active UFC fighters on?
Here and
every
there.
once in a while.
Yeah.
He had Masvidal on.
Okay.
I think right
yeah,
before.
he had Khabib on, didn't he?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think I don't think the link
But
was
he
there
has a
yet.
lot of them on that MMA, the fight companion show they do every.
Yeah.
Well, with Schwab.
I was
in
just
it?
wondering
Yeah.
if it was like a conflict of interest or something where he's not allowed to.
I don't know.
No, I wouldn't.
He probably just steers away from it because that's his gig, and
Right.
the podcast is more about his curiosity,
Yeah.
and he can talk to those
I
guys
could-
all the time.
Right.
Yeah, but it would do well.
I'm surprised
I
Dana
don't
White
think he
hasn't
does
been
it to
on.
do well. He does it for his own
I know.
curiosity.
I started his latest episode with Bill Maher.
I
But
listened to that. one.
Man, it was like the first 10 minutes were kind of boring. Like I was like, give me something, dude. Go off on something.
Stories, something.
But I'll finish it later. I didn't see the Robert Downey Jr. one.
That was a really
was
good
good.
one.
Was that a good one?
Yeah, though there's a lot off the table that Downey has his stipulations.
Right.
Because even in there they were talking about, I think it was about his rehab or something on there. He's like, I'll tell you that off the record after the show.
Right.
Very some of that stuff.
That's smart. I mean, he must have learned a thing or two.
Yeah. And it's possible, like
Kind of like Connor.
like with anyone who plays James Bond, they have to follow a certain set of rules outside in real life, like things they can and cannot do, just because they hold the image of Bond. It may be something to do with the Marvel contracts,
I wouldn't think so.
maybe.
I doubt it. He's never talked really about that publicly. That's always been his thing that he keeps to himself.
Who?
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, okay.
About
I
the-
thought you were talking about a Bond actor for a minute.
No, no.
No, he meant like the
Right.
people that do the bonds. They have to,
Yeah.
there's a behavioral stipulation. I didn't know he does. Was it Wing Chun?
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun, and he
It's kind of like Tai Chi. Or
Oh.
no, it's
He's
more,
been doing it
Wing
since he
Chun's
got
more
sober.
Like,
Makes
it's like
sense.
Kung Fu, but a sub variant, I guess. I don't know.
Like just a different level, maybe.
At like a different
style.
style.
That's
Yeah, there
style.
you go.
Okay, that's a good word for it. That's the word for it. I actually read something. I don't know. You said Marvel. It
Congratulations.
made me think of.
We're proud of you. Hitting that quota.
Oh, where is it here? You
Bears
said
Team
Marvel. It made me
Bears.
think of fucking video games for some reason, and I found this earlier today. It's this game hit Reddit, and it's called Dungeons and Deadlines.
Okay.
You heard about this?
No.
No.
It's a text style game,
Okay.
role playing, and it's in the Oregon Trail, I guess is what it says. But it's basically you have a 62-day probational period in a corporate office. So it's kind of like Office Space or, The Office, and you have to answer questions, and it takes you through the survival of the probationary
Choose
period.
your own adventure.
Kind of like that, yeah. Yeah, the guy that played it, it's more Oregon Trail than D&D, and the players have draw from a series of choice cards each workday.
Okay.
Well, it reminded me of, remember that old game we played on the computer? I don't know if you played it with us as much, but it was like a wrestling where you had your own stable.
Yeah.
And then you set the wrestling matches up and they fight and it keeps track
were
of
like
your
the
wins. And,
promoter.
yeah, you were like the GM of the stable.
no
kind of.
graphics, just
Yeah,
all
It was
the
all
text,
words.
yeah.
all
Yeah.
words, numbers.
That kind of reminded me of this, I was like, well, that would be kind of cool. If, like little animated pictures of an office, kind of like Oregon Trail was, but, the water cooler or the fax machine.
Cubicles.
Right. I've never really worked in a corporate office, so it's intriguing mainly because I watch the show and, all the movies and stuff, but I've never had that job. I know plenty of people that have, but I've heard plenty of stories. I don't remember too many other word games, though, that we played like that.
Text based. Not too many.
Nothing
No.
jumped at me like that wrestling game.
No.
That one
Because-
always comes to me.
Yeah, and
That was a good game.
And that was a indie game that just stumbled across.
That was online, I think.
Yeah, for the most part, we came up during the Nintendo, Sega, Super
Right.
NES, so it was all about graphics. Whereas I know the old Atari had Zork was the
Yeah.
big text-based game that everybody loved.
Then it went
I
to the
don't remember
computer.
that one.
Yeah,
It
you'd
was
actually
like a mystery solve puzzles fantasy thing.
you'd
Okay.
actually tell you, oh, you're in a cabin, and give you the whole thing, and you'd have to type turn left, walk out the door, and it'd do that.
Oh, so it was all commands.
All
Yeah,
commands.
okay.
Then the later ones were kind of like, for their time, they were great graphics for the computer. It would just be like a picture that they kind of manipulated.
Yeah.
But like you would have to walk up if you were like looking for a hidden key. You'd have to click on everything, try to find it, and like one of those escape room type games.
It's weird to think about games back in the day. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I sit and think about them early PlayStation 1 games and just how blown away we were by what we were seeing,
Jet Moto.
you know.
I missed that game. For as simple as it
XCOM.
was.
Was that
Fuck you, XCOM.
was that the jet skis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great
With the
game.
Mountain Dew.
Yep,
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was one of
like
the
the
first games that came out for
And
it.
one of the first with like product placement.
It's like, was that a Mountain Dew? Yeah, it was.
Twisted Metal was always
Twisted
one of my
Metal was
favorites.
amazing.
That's a classic.
And,
If you ever go on YouTube and watch like a video of somebody playing it, you'll go like, how the fuck did I ever think that looked good?
Oh, that was cutting edge.
It was cutting
was
edge,
great.
but now it's just like, wow.
even the backdrop part of the screen that you watch when you're playing the game was like, okay, you know, like a sports game like football, the crowd.
Yeah.
It's just the same image,
Up and
just
down, up and
jumping.
down.
Just on loop.
Now it's you're in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like you can see the individual characters out
They're
there.
all
and
doing
stuff.
something
Yeah,
different.
right.
Whereas you look at this part, and all those four guys are doing the same thing here, all the way around. Same hats. You see the
Right.
pattern.
Right. I think instead of doing it like that, where they just use the same character in different colors or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They should fill a football stadium with people and put those motion, little
good
motion
God.
balls, right? And then have them go crazy like it was a touchdown or something, and then
Do
take
the
all
wave
that.
and that.
Yeah,
That'd
dude.
be kind of cool. But that would be also very expensive, I would assume.
I'm thinking like the future with the VR,
Oh, okay.
where you're just,
yeah.
you know,
Have
put
you
the
ever done
headset
that?
on. No, I haven't yet.
Have you?
No.
Holy shit.
The machine was broke at Best Buy. We were going to try it the one day we were Christmas shopping.
It takes about, I don't know, a minute or two for your brain to like,
You know what? I'd lie. I
Clicking.
have done it. My
You
mom
have done
brought
it?
it over here. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like we were on a roller coaster, you know, and I was doing one of these numbers, and it was weird.
it was weird.
Yeah.
But you could then, after a couple minutes, you get into it. Like your brain goes, yep, this is happening, and accepts it. I only did one, and it was like a horror thing.
Oh,
Like you're a kid and you're laying in bed, and your room's all dark.
nah, you lost me.
Yeah, and it turns out it's like a little toy fucking clown that's running around the room throwing shit, and at the end, like it turns and throws knives at you. And I moved my head to get out of the way of the knives. I was like, "Oh shit!" My buddy's laughing. He's like, "They're not real."
Oh, that's crazy. The one my mom had was the you put the thing, you know, like the lens goes on your face and you slide your
The
phone
phone
in.
in,
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
kind it was. It wasn't like the professional one where
No.
it surrounds and covers your ears and everything.
No,
I don't
mine
even
was
know
the
if it
same.
actually
was like
covers your ears.
Came with it. My buddy bought a new phone, and it came with it free. So I was like, "Fuck it." And there's like 4 different options. It was like that, a roller coaster. One you're in a city and like a giant robot starts attacking.
Yeah.
And I forget what the last one was. But the robot picks you up, and you're like as tall as a skyscraper. Then you end up falling, and the game ends right before you hit the ground. It's creepy as fuck.
Much like the internet,
Mm-hmm.
the VR,
Yeah.
the games are drastically outnumbered by the porn
Yeah.
that is on there.
But that is definitely the.
They jump to technology quick.
And that's what you follow if you want to know if something's going to stick around.
Yeah. It's true.
Like nobody thought DVDs were going to be a thing. Till the porn was like, wait a minute.
Hold up.
If only I knew that then, that Sega CD was going to die.
I think it'd be cool to have a VR game where you put the headset on and you play a continuing like survival game. Not like a post-apocalyptic, but like you're out lost in the woods, like a plane crash.
Okay.
Like Bear Grylls
Yeah.
shit, you know, where you Survivor Man and you put it on and it starts your day wherever you left off. You know, it's just a continuing.
What if you took it off right before a bear was going to attack you? Then you're like,
I guess
fuck,
you
I
better-
don't want to put it back on.
Right, you just put it up on the shelf. 3 months later, you're like, fuck it, I'll try it. I know I'm stuck somewhere in this game. I don't remember where. Put it on, fire it up. You're like,
Would you like to continue? Yeah. It's just, holy shit.
No way, dude. I would totally set it up and then invite somebody
Somebody
over.
else.
Dude, check this game out. Put it on. The bear's right there, just ripping
It's so
you apart.
real.
I actually saw a story today. A guy killed a fucking mountain lion. It attacked his 3-year-old son on a trail, and he got a hold of it and killed it with his bare hands.
I heard it was a coyote. A rabid coyote.
Oh no! This was something about a mountain lion. It was a mountain lion or a cougar. It was a big fucking cat.
Yeah.
It wasn't no coyote. Not in this story. I don't know.
Because I seen a story. It
Sure.
was a rabid coyote was attacking some guy's kid, and he went up and like fucking choked it out.
I wish I would have fucking saved it now.
Well,
just search up 2-year-old attacked by coyote.
Right? That'll definitely verify your story.
we check that on the fly.
I will.
I seen a story the other day that I've been holding on to. Has nothing to do with rabid coyotes, but
No.
no,
You got to work on your segues.
it wasn't that great, was it?
No.
It's a good story. In Des Moines, Iowa, a Kansas man asked the Iowa court to grant him his motion for trial by combat in his divorce.
Oh yeah, it was like a sword fight or something, right?
Samurai swords, yeah.
Just for the record, somebody shared a year-old story, is what I saw. It was a mountain
okay.
lion, but it was a year-old story.
Ah, jeez.
I got hoodwinked on Facebook again.
Old news.
At least it wasn't fake.
Yeah.
That'd be a killer way to get divorced, wouldn't it? Unless you lost.
It would suck if you like weren't good with a fucking sword, and it turns out your ex was. And you're like, motherfucker, she's been planning this.
Just takes one, like the lower half of your leg, clean off.
You give up.
Kill Bill style.
It's just a flesh wound.
You're right. I was cheating on you with a samurai, bitch.
Right.
My martial arts instructor took a lot of private lessons.
Sling that sword.
What if it turned out they were like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith style? You know, they were both bounty hunters or some crazy twist to the story.
That would be weird.
And so they know that they could
They actually
duel
do shit.
for real. And, you know,
I think that would be disclosed at some point in the court, and then they would sell tickets.
I could just picture it where his lawyer stands up and reads that to the judge, and then the wife stands up without even her attorney, and she's like, "Done.
Accepted."
Let's go.
Yeah.
Outside 10 minutes." She just
In the
goes,
park,
right.
2 a.m.
Opens her like, business coat,
Yeah.
pulls out the sword, and like, let's do it. Jumps up.
Judges is like, what the fuck?
That'd be crazy. All the cops are in on it with her.
Yeah.
You know, it goes full Boondock Saints in the courtroom. That sounds like it would be.
A decent movie.
I was just gonna say, like, who would like a Rob Zombie flick or something? Just all hell breaks loose in the courtroom.
Tarantino.
There you go. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Kill Bill 4.
Wonder what he's working on now.
Uh,
Because that one he did just won some awards, right?
yeah.
Or at least
Once Upon a Time
Leonardo,
in
I think, won an
Hollywood.
award.
Brad Pitt won a.
That okay,
Yeah,
my
Supporting
award.
actor. Did
Yeah.
you hear him talk about it?
No.
Have you seen it? Once
The
Upon
movie?
a Time in
No.
Hollywood.
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
It's a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected. A little long, I thought, but
It built up quite a long time to get to the end.
Brad Pitt was like, "Yeah, I played a character that has trouble with his love life, trouble with my love life, and trouble finding a job. Ends up becoming like a handyman and just walks around the movie with his shirt off. It was a tough role. Kind of hit home.
I know he's talked about wanting to do a TV series, but that was before the big Netflix boom and all the streaming shit. So he might do something with that. I forget that Elmore
Tarantino or Brad Pitt?
Tarantino.
Okay.
He has bought a lot of the rights to Elmore Leonard. He did like Jackie Brown. What was the
Get Shorty?
Get
No.
Yeah, he wrote that.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I forget the last one with
Was it Be Cool?
George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez, where he's like the thief in prison.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name to
Out of
save
Sight?
my
Out
life.
of Sight. Yeah, he wrote that too.
Nice
but
pull.
Yeah, it was a good pull.
I used to work at a video store
But
before my corporate job.
before I sold out. But I know Tarantino bought the rights to a lot of his books
Yeah.
after he did Jackie Brown, so he has a lot in stock for stories wise. And that Elmore Leonard is from the Metro Detroit area.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say Wyandotte, but I'm not 100% on that.
Wow. He wrote some crazy shit too, didn't he?
Hmm?
He's not the guy that did Scientology, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Like some names, they roll around in the head there, and you hear one, and you're like, boom, it's got to be that dude. Get Shorty was a great movie. I thought it was a great movie. I thought Be Cool was great too.
I didn't. Be Cool wasn't as good.
Well, it was
Love it when-
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Love it when they give Travolta the minivan.
Yeah.
It's the Cadillac and minivans.
By the end of the movie, everybody's driving a minivan.
It's the
Chili Palmer's a great name for a character.
It really
too,
is.
Like if you're gonna write a character like that, he's the Shylock. We should try to get some drops from that movie.
Yeah.
I bet there's some good ones there. And Be Cool.
And
There's a lot of
DeVito's
one-liners
in there.
Yeah.
Wasn't
What
that one of the Rock's first big real movies, and not like the Scorpion King and
Be Cool.
Tooth
Yeah.
Fairy.
That sounds about right.
because it was a smaller part, but
Yeah, I think his first standalone was outside of Scorpion was Walking Tall.
no, the one before that with
Stifler.
Stifler was that wasn't Walking Tall, because the one with
Sure, it was Walking Tall.
I thought so.
where he's like the bounty hunter bodyguard type guy.
Yeah, pretty sure it's Walking Tall.
I'm not sure if it's Walking Tall.
No?
I think Walking Tall is the one where the casino.
Yeah, Walking Tall is the one with the casino.
Yeah, not that one. This was before that. Fuck, what's his? Christopher Walken's in it. Is like the bad guy. They go to some other country.
Don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Walking Tall is the casino. Let's see. The Rock. What do you think he's most known for outside of wrestling? Like, which one of his roles in movies do you think? Because I'd have to say that cartoon.
Oh yeah, the Disney movie.
Yeah, Maui or whatever.
I'm not
He
sure.
played Maui.
A lot of
I think
younger
Ballers,
kids.
I think, has a bigger.
No, it'd be Jumanji.
Fast and Furious, maybe.
Jumanji?
He did
Clearly Jumanji. It's the second one with Kevin Hart. It's all over. It's the
Jack
biggest.
Black.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for age groups, it'd be that for the kids. It'd be Hobbs
Fast and Furious.
For-
Yeah.
for, I guess, our age.
He's done a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah,
Holy
you
shit,
should see
dude.
the ones he's still got in the pipeline. You
He's
go
got
to
like
his
6
$7
or 8,
Productions. I sent it to you, and you look over the movies he's got listed. They are doing all kinds of shit.
Black Adam comes out in 2021.
Day before my birthday.
His dad just passed.
Yeah. I thought his dad had already passed a while back.
You're a dick.
Well, I'm just being honest here.
No, he just passed. Did you hear the news from the funeral?
Did a fight break out?
So
Stone Cold gave everybody a stunner. Or?
it was supposed to be a small funeral. A lot of people wanted to come, so they made it bigger.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon was there. He did his wrestling strut up to the
podium?
podium and
Oh,
down.
Like in
I guess
character?
Yeah, I guess why he was up there, he was like, well, the one thing Rocky did, the only thing Rocky did in good in life was have a good wife and kids.
Yikes.
I went and sat down.
His dad was. Him and Tony Atlas were the first African American people of
Patterson.
color of tag team champions.
Pat Patterson was dropping goddamn shits.
Wow.
He had to be escorted off. And I guess, yeah.
This was all at The Rock's father's funeral?
Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
Damn.
Knock it off, McMahon. What are you doing?
That is surprising.
That was.
Remember The Rock was in Doom,
Yeah.
2005?
Had high hopes for that movie.
Me too.
Aren't they redoing it again?
They were planning on it. I think it got shelved again.
Walking Tall. He was in G.I. Joe, Retaliation,
That was not a
The
good
Mummy
movie.
Returns,
That was a horrible movie.
Pain and Gain with Wahlberg,
That one wasn't bad.
Hercules,
That wasn't a bad movie. I could watch that again.
The Rundown,
The Rundown. That's the
Scorpion
one.
King.
The Rundown is the one with Christopher Walken in that.
Skyscraper, Central Intelligence, San Andreas, Rampage, Baywatch. Woo.
Yeah,
Guy don't sleep.
it doesn't seem like it.
Right?
Wakes up at 5 or
Get
4
his
or 5.
alarm clock. It'll tell you what time he
I've
gets
seen
up.
that app. Him talk about that.
He's got an app that's an alarm clock.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wake up when he wakes up.
You have the option to set it, and whatever he sets his for goes universal throughout the app. He also has motivational things. So when you wake up, you hit play, and he does
Right.
it every morning.
He'll do like a live video, like, "Hey, let's fucking get to work." Blah blah blah.
I know that. You know that guy,
Not
Jocko.
Yeah.
What's his last?
Oh,
Willichek or
yeah.
something? He's
The-
like a ex-military
Navy
guy.
SEAL, I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
He gets up like 4 a.m. every day, and he
Takes
posts to Instagram like a picture of his watch or
watch.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. The Rock has $7 Productions. That's his company. They got Stuntman,
That sounds interesting.
Finding Justice, the Jumanji, Ballers,
I can't believe that show's
Lifeline.
still going on.
I've never watched it.
Me neither.
The Hero, June 6th, 8 p.m. on TNT, Clash of the Core, Rockin' a Hard Place for HBO, Wake Up Call on TNT. Of course, his Titan Games.
The wake up calls like Scared Straight.
Jungle Cruise is in production. The Young Rock on NBC is in development. Last Resort, John Henry and the Statesman, The King, Red Notice for Netflix with Ryan Reynolds, Son of the Shaolin, San Andreas 2, SEAL Team 666, Doc Savage,
Doc Savage is
yeah, Muscle Beach, The Jansen Directive, Alpha Squad 7, Big Trouble in Little China,
that one hit me because I don't know how I feel about that being remade.
Genghis
Yeah,
Khan.
what role is he gonna play?
Don't
Or is
know.
it? No, it could just be his production company
No.
doing it.
He's
Or
playing
he's
Jack
in the
Burton. He's playing.
Yep, starring.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Genghis Khan, wrestling sitcom, an Untitled Teddy Bear Project, Untitled Larry Hillbloom Project. Man, that guy has all kinds of stuff in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how are they gonna make a San Andreas 2? Wasn't the point of the first one that the fault line broke and California basically is gone?
Apparently, they didn't fix it.
Or they
mean-
tried to fix it and then it breaks again.
He's going to Florida now. He's going to be caught in a hurricane.
We can't call it San Andreas 2 if he's going to Florida.
San Andreas, Florida.
Okay,
It's like Hollywood, California, and Hollywood, Florida.
it's like Springfield. There's just
That's
one
right.
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Doc Savage has me interested.
I'd say Big Trouble in Little China would be my peak right there. Like, how the hell is he gonna pull that off? It's been so long since I watched that movie, though. I'd have to watch it again to get a
I'd
refresher
recommend
on it. You know,
John Carpenter classic.
I still think, but that Moana's probably his, like, what he's most known for right now. Just little kids everywhere, ask him to sing the songs, and you know what I mean, because he pretty much is that character.
Pretty much.
You think you could hang out with him for a day, like keep up with him?
Keep up with him? No.
Not like working out, but just, get up at the same time and just be doing along with him.
Well, if
You
you're
know.
working out for like 2 hours and you're just sitting there like, huh,
Sleeping in.
No, you're making copies, sending emails, filling his protein shake. Kind of like an assistant style person where you're just with him all day, every day for one day, and you just have to go, 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 go.
I don't think I would want to.
No?
No.
I think it'd be cool. A little behind the scenes,
There'd be cool aspects to it, but I don't think that's something I would aspire to.
It would make you rethink your worth ethic.
Yeah, it definitely would.
I think one day wouldn't be too bad. It would just be something to, like if you won a charity thing or won a raffle and the prize was you spend one whole day with The Rock and he flies you out to a hotel and he stays in the room next to it and boom, 4 a.m. he's up,
Banging
banging on
"Get
your
the
door,
fuck
let's
up."
go, or the app tells you he's up, so you're like, oh shit, better get down there,
Now, for some people, it's harder to wake up to alarms than others.
There's no snooze on his alarm.
There is no snooze on his alarm.
Well, how do you shut it off? Oh, I get that. No snooze, I gotcha. So you have to actually open the app up and
Yeah.
check it off, yeah. It'd be cool to download it, and you're lucky, and he's on vacation, and he sleeps until 9. You wake up, you're like, what the hell's going on, Rock?
Is The Rock in the hospital? Is he okay?
Okay, let's say I offered you a prize, and it was to go spend one day with one celebrity, and you're going to just shadow them all day. Maybe not be a full-on assistant where you're running errands and shit, but you're just with this person
Okay.
for one whole day. Who would you pick if it was your choice?
Any celebrity.
Any celebrity. I mean, it don't even have to be a celebrity. Just, like, pick anybody. Like, when I say that, I mean if you wanted to hang out with Ben Shapiro. I don't really consider him a celebrity. You know what I mean? So, but you could pick him because he's...
Or Mark Cuban.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or if you decided you wanted to, say, be on a movie set for a day,
Okay.
you could pick that. Or a band that you wanted to hang out with for a day, Something to think about for next time, or if you come up with one in the next half hour.
The challenging thing is you could pick someone, like if you picked an actor that doesn't do as many movies as often, or, I mean,
Like if it was guaranteed they had a project going then when you were going to hang out with them.
and it's kind of like you almost get an idea of what's going on with The Rock because he posts so much about what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, at least I know you're going to be doing something all the time.
All the
There's no
time.
downtime.
Yeah.
Right, like Gary Vee.
Him or Gary Vee or Kevin Hart.
Right.
Them guys are always
Kevin
doing
Smith.
something.
Just constantly doing something. I don't know.
I don't know how. No, he doesn't fit in that group.
Well, he's just always doing stuff. That's all. From what I would guess from Kevin Smith. I don't know. The guy seems like he's working a lot. But then I almost seem like if you picked an actor and he was doing a project, that might almost be kind of boring for part of your day because the actor you're shadowing is doing his job and you're just kind of on the set,
Right.
Whereas if you picked somebody like Gary Vee, you're going from a limo to an office to a plane to a podium to, the guy's always doing something different. He's in a wine shop. He's, wherever. He's just always on the move. Or you go crazy and pick somebody like Kanye. And then you just listen to him babble on for 12 hours.
And you're going to church all the time.
Right.
I don't know. That's a tough question. It depends on what you would want to get out of the experience.
Right. The reason I kind of threw the movie set or a band out there's Korn's new album came out.
Okay.
I've been a fan of Korn for 25 years, which is really wild to say because, they put out like 13 albums or something over the course of their career. And this new album might be one of the top 3 albums they've put out.
Okay.
And I'm like, these guys are pushing 50, and they're still making the same kind of music and they're still doing this. Well, before the album came out, they were in the studio and they released a little docuseries on YouTube. It's like 6 parts. They're all like 5-6 minute videos, but it's them in the studio getting ready for their tour with Alice in Chains. It's a real behind the scenes look. And I haven't stopped thinking about it because I would love to be in that atmosphere, go to a studio with a band that I really enjoy and watch
the
them
process and
make
whole...
the music and record the music and all that stuff. That'd probably be what I picked, I think. I don't know what band, but...
Okay.
Or Donald Trump.
All the cheeseburgers you can eat.
Yes, sir. Up my Twitter game while I'm at it.
Now you
You'd
know
have
why,
to.
Now you know why the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Did you see the Tigers drafted Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
The
Really?
Detroit Tigers drafted him, and he picked football instead.
Smart man.
It happened often.
And then
Tom
somebody-
Brady was picked by, I think, Expos or someone.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of football players are usually football and baseball
Right.
because the alternating seasons.
I think Kirk Gibson was one that went the other way. He picked baseball, right? Because he
Yeah.
played football
Yeah.
for Michigan State, I think.
Yep.
Somebody released a video today. Patrick Mahomes was in the Junior League World Series here in
Really?
Taylor. Played for
about
the
that?
Texas team. There's like video of that kid playing baseball in our city, and he's playing for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Or a week and a half, whatever.
Is it on your birthday again this year?
I don't know.
No, it's
When-
the 2nd,
Second.
February 2nd, which is Groundhog's Day, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it's Groundhog's Day.
I did hear a rumor that at the McGregor fight, Tom Brady got a little chummy with Mr. Davis from the Raiders.
I saw Eli's retiring
Really?
tomorrow. I'm like, wouldn't that be some shit if Tom Brady went to the Giants, the only team he couldn't beat in the Super Bowl?
I saw someone post a picture of him retired, and they go, Eli, You don't realize what a hero he is. Without him, Brady'd have 8 rings.
Yep. Yep.
Ouch. But isn't that the team that Belichick wants to go to and finish out his career?
That's where he
think so.
started under
Parcells?
Tuna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he went to, I think Cleveland was his first head coaching job.
I
Belichick.
think so.
Did you see Belichick? I don't know, at some spring camp or something with the visor he had?
No.
He showed up to Senior Bowl wearing a visor that just simply said VIII rings.
Nice. In case you were wondering.
Right.
It's also the name of his boat.
He must go through a lot of boat names.
Oh man,
Every time he wins a ring, he buys a new boat, names it.
just rolls up to the Senior Bowl with a visor. Like, let me talk to you, kid.
I mean, you can't really argue it.
No, if
You made that accomplishment, yeah, fuck it.
the odds of you winning a title just went up as long as Tom Brady's still your quarterback for however many more years he plays there. You know, the guy goes to Super Bowl every other year. So
Yeah, that's the big news. Is he cleaned out his suite at Gillette Stadium?
Yep. Sold his house, bought a different house.
Well, every year his contract's up, he puts his house up. It's the first time he's ever cleared out the.
Well, he actually sold the house he was living in and bought a new house, I think, in Connecticut.
Yeah, it's not uncommon
Yeah. Okay.
during contract talks,
he maybe,
Just a-
going
but it's the first time
ESPN.
ever he cleaned out the stadium.
Yeah.
That's what's got everyone like, oh, this is real.
I'm curious to see where he lands, man. Especially if he gets signed before the draft. You know,
Yeah.
Well, the big thing is like Belichick's whole system is based around
Brady.
getting rid of players before they peak,
Mm-hmm.
or just as they peak.
it's kind of
And
like every
Brady's-
Detroit franchise.
Brady's the exception
Yeah.
to that rule,
Yeah.
and they're saying it might be that time.
What's really funny is they ran Jimmy Garoppolo out of town, and now he's playing for a Super Bowl.
Hey, did you see that thing where Aaron Rodgers always wanted to be drafted by the 49ers
Yep.
because that's his hometown and everything? And they asked him about it. He's like, well, they'll something along the lines of like they'll regret this decision down
Yeah.
the road. And he's 0-3 versus 49ers in playoff history.
I couldn't believe that San Francisco won that game so big. Their quarterback threw 8 passes the whole game.
That's crazy.
He only completed 6
They
of
played
them.
Tennessee, right?
No,
Who played Tennessee?
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. The way the Tennessee was running up to that point,
Mm-hmm.
that was also very surprising.
I took Tennessee in that game.
The first quarter and a half, they were up like what 21-0 or something.
No, it
like
was
that?
I think 10-0 and then 13-3 or 13-7 and then
Before the end
Kansas
of the
City.
half.
Yeah.
Kansas City already took the lead.
yeah, it ended up being 24-21 at halftime. Kansas City was up. I was watching an interview with that Mahomes kid before the game, and his whole thing is like playing Madden. He's like, if you don't score 40, you're wasting your time out there. You know, like we're here to put points on the board. We're here to run it up. We want to make sure we're getting 40 every game. I don't know what they averaged this season, but it had to be damn close.
Yeah.
That's how it is now, though. These little mobile quarterbacks that are running all over the place and throwing the ball, short
Dual
passes.
threats, yeah.
You got these wide receivers doing these crazy one-handed catches, and XFL starts in 2 weeks.
Just after the Super Bowl, right?
I think it's the 8th. Yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday after the Super Bowl.
What station they on?
TNT, I think.
I know they got a deal. I just don't know which one they got it with.
All right, let me check that real quick.
I thought it was Fox.
It might be.
I
Fox?
thought McMahon was cool with Fox.
I'm not. I was just asking. I know what Pat McAfee signed to the XFL. Didn't he say he was signed on for some?
Is he doing
Role.
like a commentary?
He's
or
not
something?
sure.
The role was not disclosed to him. It's going to be
Oh,
something in
dude.
between a commentator and like the person on the field.
Sideline
But like he'll be able to walk in like during huddles and shit.
and talk to him.
Yeah.
That's a perfect guy for that.
Yeah.
Hey, my man, how do you feel about missing that kick?
You saw the rules, right, for the kicks?
Yeah.
No.
After you score a touchdown, you can go for 1, 2, or 3.
Like you kick for 1, 2, or 3 points, or
No kicking.
Oh, So the only kicking
1
is
point is like the 1 yard line. 2 points is like the 5, and
3 would be
three
maybe
the
the 10 or something?
like
Yeah.
that.
Do they kick off or no?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
They kick off. Yeah, they went through all the rules. They kick off, but no one's allowed to move. I think until the guy catches the ball. And if you kick it out of the end zone, they start off at like the 35 or 45.
Yeah. Way up.
So they force you to put it into play.
Right.
It's going to be on ABC, ESPN, and Fox Sports.
Okay. So the kicker runs up, kicks the ball off, and everybody stands completely still until the guy catches it.
I believe that's
And then they're go.
Wow. I mean, he's getting out to the 20, 25 before anybody's even down there to tackle him,
Maybe.
right? Because, well, it depends on where they kick off from,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And how fast their guys are.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought was interesting.
no
'cause
coffin corner kicks.
Yep.
Those aren't allowed.
Well, do they punt or no? Is there punting?
I
Yeah.
think it's an option. Yeah.
Well, okay.
But
That's going to be fun.
Andrew Luck's dad is the commissioner.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Didn't he just retire?
I heard he's coming back. Or there's a chance he's coming back.
To New England.
Or New York.
Wherever Brady isn't.
Right.
Belichick's like, all right, Luck, we got you now.
Yeah, right. Come on over here for 5-6 years. I'll stick around. I don't think Belichick's going to coach that much longer. The guy's pushing 70 himself, isn't he?
He's up there. I think 60-something.
All right, the kicker kicks from the 25-yard line, must kick the ball in the air and in play between the opponent's 20-yard line and end zone. The coverage teams line up on the return side of the 35-yard line, and the return team lines up on the 30. Each team must have exactly 3 players outside the hash marks on both sides of the ball and cannot move until the ball is caught by the runner. So you already have guys
Down there. Okay.
down there waiting.
Shit.
Out of bounds kicks that fall short of the 20 will result in a legal procedure penalty, taking the ball all the way out to the 45.
What?
Yeah.
That's halfway up the fucking field.
Don't fuck up.
Players can move when the ball is touched by the runner or 3 seconds after the ball touches the ground. If the ball is kicked into the end zone and is downed, it is a major touchback, and the ball is placed at the 35-yard line. The ball bounces out of bounds and then out of the end zone, or it's placed at the 15. Wait, if the ball bounces in bounds and then out of bounds or is downed in the end zone, it's at the 15-yard line.
Okay.
Man, it's a hell of a rule book.
Dude,
Are all the stadiums indoors?
I don't think
It's
so.
all the NFL stadiums.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I for some reason, I want to say, didn't they have like the boards, like a hockey game, right? Along the sidelines the first time XFL was a thing? It was like you get
Yeah.
checked over the boards and shit.
In some.
Okay.
'cause,
I
then
thought that was everywhere.
And then it
just-
kind of went into the arena football realm after the XFL split.
Okay. That might be what I'm thinking of.
It might
It's
be.
more arena football.
No extra point kicks are allowed. Period.
Okay.
2-yard line, 5-yard line, and 10-yard line. 1, 2, 3 points.
Did they say anything about timeouts? Because I know they want a quicker pace of the game. And I know they were talking a little bit like it's not going to be like, 4-minute TV timeout,
Right.
then a 30-second timeout that's actually 2 minutes, and then this. And
I'm excited.
I
mean, it's football in the spring.
You're allowed a
But-
double forward pass
ooh,
So
damn.
behind the line of scrimmage. You know how before,
Right.
if you accidentally threw it forward,
right.
then it was then he couldn't throw it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now you can. You can run back and throw it up to the guy at the line, and then he can throw it again,
Shit.
all behind the line of scrimmage. Overtime consists of 5 rounds,
Jeez, oh, Beats.
alternating single play possessions, just like shootouts.
Yep.
At the 5-yard line. And whoever has the most points after all 5 rounds
Yeah.
wins.
What other sport could pull some shit off like this, where they keep the same game but they just change the rules so crazy like this? You
Well,
know?
I know they took a lot of old rules and brought them back, and they
Mhm.
were wanting to incorporate some from the CFL and the NFL, and just
Probably
kinda
because a lot of CFL players are coming
down
to
yeah.
play for it, right?
But they did say that they're having a huge learning curve from the non-Canadian football players to get their rules. Or what the fuck does that even mean?
Right. Like, could you
So some of
imagine
them-
baseball doing it?
That would be fucking nuts.
You know,
Here you go. Each team will have 2 1-minute timeouts per half.
Okay. That isn't bad.
That's a
The XFL will have no coaches' challenges, and all plays will be subject to review from the replay official.
sorry, coach. You ain't got shit saying
Not
this.
today.
5 common sense rules.
That's what I like to hear there. Common sense
Sense,
rules.
yeah.
Bring that on.
Catch a ball means that the player secures control of a live ball in flight before the ball touches the ground. Touching the ground inbounds with any part of the body, and then maintains control long enough to enable him to perform an act common to the game.
Okay.
There's one ref that's dedicated just to spotting the ball. They're going to have a headset from the coach to the player built in.
Wonder if it'll shut off at 15 seconds like the NFL does or not.
I don't know.
Shorter halftime. 10-minute break, then back to action.
Damn.
Get your ass back out on the field. What are you thinking?
Got to fit in that time slot.
Oh, yeah. It'll be interesting for sure.
Like I said, I don't think any other sport could get away with this. Maybe the NBA, like how they used to have those celebrity games where they'd have the little 10-point shot in
Yeah.
the corner where if you stand on that or, maybe they could do something like this.
I think the
but
biggest thing is the XFL already having that fan recognition from the first launch.
that and football's king.
And
This
that's true.
is America.
America.
Football is king. College, NFL, it don't matter.
Have you heard about the Astros thing, the baseball scandal?
I did. Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with that initiative they took with their cheating.
I would be surprised to find out they were the only team doing it.
Oh, I guarantee they weren't the only ones.
They were the first ones to take that level of sophistication to it. You always could steal signs.
Right.
That's part of the game.
Yeah. If you
But-
pick up on something.
But looking at the TV replay to catch the signs during the game was a whole new level.
and then getting computer programs to run through all the favorite pitches of that pitcher in the last so many games and pretty much doing all the stats for you.
This is what Belichick was accused of doing at practices of other teams, right? He had people up in the
Spygate.
stadium,
Yeah.
recording their practices, and then he would watch that. Homeboy got fired from the Red Sox.
He
was-
resigned.
Oh, I thought they fired him.
No, he
He
resigned.
resigned before. Okay,
He knew it was coming.
right.
Yeah.
Beltran,
Maybe it was the GM. that got
Beltran
fired.
got fired from
Yeah.
the Mets.
See, you got to be smarter than that.
I mean, it was pretty smart until they got caught, and they only got caught way after the fact.
Yeah. How did they? Do you know? Either one of you guys know how they got caught? Like what it was that got them pinched?
I heard it was just what started as just rumors throughout other players saying that like something's up,
And then the internet,
and the internet.
doing what the internet does.
Right.
Like there's some pictures where you see like something under someone's jersey on the Astros.
Just a little buzzer.
Yeah.
That's,
They'd buzz it to let them know when a change-up's coming.
is that what they were doing for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of like in a casino when the guy has that leg thing where it taps him to show.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing, but it would tell like so many taps is like fastball 1-2.
It was like Morse code.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. And so that way they knew what pitch was coming, and that's why they were cleaning house that year.
It's so hard to keep that many people quiet about a secret like that, wouldn't you think? I mean, obviously they got caught. Somebody said something to somebody else. But what I was kind of getting at was like to
Well-
operate like that. Everybody in the stadium's got a phone.
Mhm.
Everybody's recording a different angle, a different view. You know, you're not safe as a player.
The best place to hide is right out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but how many times would a pitcher like rub his thumb on his bill and, you know, there's 35, 40 different people within zooming range and they catch it because the pitcher used to be able to duck his head one way and, you know what I mean? It's just,
But if you've been doing it all season, then it's the norm.
yeah, I mean, they got away with it for as long as they did, so.
Long enough.
Right. There's not an asterisk, though, in the record books, I
There
imagine,
might be,
right?
but I think that was Verlander's first year with them, too.
Wonder if that'll fuck up his Hall of Fame.
Because it'd be very difficult for him to be like, I knew nothing of it.
Right.
I mean-
Yeah. Those clubhouses are pretty tight, I imagine. I wonder whose idea it was. Like who brought it
won't-
to the table?
You won't find that out for years.
I'm sure it started off as all teams steal signs. And they're like, you know what, we should keep track of this. We should do this. And it just slowly escalated.
Right. Give me the kid from Moneyball. Bring his computer. That's a pretty major scandal.
Yeah. Or is it worse or not as worse as the steroid scandal from?
That's hard to say because we knew what the outcome of the because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
We saw how that unfolded.
Most of it. I mean, in one of the biggest steroid things, when they did the testing, they had like 104 people that tested positive, and they never released the names.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever remember 104 people getting suspended?
Nope.
No.
How about
not at
that?
all.
Just enough to save
And they
face.
won't release it. So when you got writers voting for Hall of Fame, they're like, no Clemens, no Bonds, no McGuire. What about the other 100 guys
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that no one knows about? Shouldn't you give out those names because maybe they're getting elected in?
But we don't know.
Or maybe they're not. Maybe. Yeah, it could be 100 profile names, I guess.
You would think out of that 104, there's got to be at least more than
A couple dozen.
Yeah.
Right.
Cabrera.
I don't. I never thought the steroid thing was a big deal to me.
No.
You still had to swing the bat and hit the fucking ball.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
can
it-
do it with ease. Like knocking it out of fucking stadiums like regularly.
You still had to have hand-eye coordination. You still had to know where to put your feet, when to step into the pitch. You know what I mean? There's still
I hear
a
ya.
lot going into hitting a baseball coming at you at 90-some miles an hour.
Right, but the biggest thing the steroids do are speed up your recovery time. So the 162 game season
Right.
doesn't wear on you as much as someone not taking it.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable. Yeah.
And that's the big thing is then they're performing at a higher level longer, which inflates the stats.
I get it. But they still had to swing a bat and hit a ball. You know what I mean? Yeah, Barry Bonds might have played a little longer than a guy who didn't take steroids, but that guy maybe struck out more than Barry Bonds because he couldn't swing the bat anyways and hit the ball. You know what I mean?
You got what, 30 teams roughly?
Sounds right. Sure.
Probably what, 50-man roster?
I'd say 30 to 40.
Yeah, it's not that big till playoffs at least.
Yeah.
I think it's only like 25 to 30 for a regular season roster.
So you're talking 10% around got in this massive testing of the 100 and some that it's what 30 times 40 is what 1,200. So it's roughly 10%. So you got 90% that didn't do it. I mean, if you're gonna, it's got to be even. That's the big thing. So if you either allow it or
True.
you don't allow it, but you can't punish 10% of the 10%.
right.
And
Just
let,
because they
and
were
let them
cleaned
keep
up.
going anonymous.
Yeah, and especially if the players aren't in baseball anymore. You know, like what do you got to hide? You're not in baseball anymore.
Their
they're
legacy.
up, or they're
Yeah,
up for
but
Hall
things
of Fame.
move so quick. You know.
Or
You just need more honorable people like Rafael Palmeiro, who's never done steroids until he was on, tested, and then he did. He's the
same
guy.
thing with McGuire.
He's the guy who went before Congress. Was like, I'd never taken steroids.
So
and
did
then
McGuire.
The next year, he gets popped. It's like, oh yeah, about that.
I've been doing it for about 12 years.
I just personally, for me, I think of all the things that were involved in baseball like that. The steroids was probably, I think Pete Rose was more egregious than the steroid thing. And I don't even think
Really?
what Pete Rose did was
I
that
don't-
bad.
I honestly don't think what Pete Rose was such a
Like gambling on the games he was coaching,
playing. it.
probably not the greatest idea.
No.
But gambling on any other baseball game, fuck it,
But
dude.
didn't he always bet on his team?
That's what I don't know.
I think.
I think he did, but it was not confirmed.
Well, that's still going to alter his decision making.
Yeah, but for the better, because if you're betting on your team, you're
I
trying
got
to win.
Right.
50,000 on this game. You guys better not fucking suck.
Right, or he pinch hits somebody because he thinks they're going to hit better and then they don't, and it fucks up the next 3 innings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could burn him just
Oh,
as
absolutely.
easily.
But it'd be different than if he was betting on the opponent.
And then
True,
throwing games.
and then throwing games, which I don't know if he did that or not.
Right.
You know,
Gambling.
let him in. Let him in. Let Bonds in. Let McGuire. Fuck it. Let them all in. Everybody's a damn Hall of Famer now. Like it almost lost its luster to me.
On the topic of gambling, did you hear about the Little Traverse Bay Band of Ottawa Indian Gaming Authority? Did you hear their big news?
I did not.
Can't say that I have.
Oh, you didn't? When's this from?
Haven't been up that way in a while.
I know, right?
I think this is from January 10th.
Okay, a couple days ago.
Yeah, they signed a deal with the Stars Group.
Did they?
What's the Stars group?
Poker?
Poker
Oh,
Stars
Poker Stars. Okay.
coming to Michigan. They're going to be one of them.
Oh, that's good news.
I'm excited about that.
The site that I was playing poker on, like when I go to it on the computer and I try to go to, like when I open the actual like app
Yeah.
where you play the game, it opens fine.
Oh, yeah.
But if you go to anything on the internet of theirs, it's not working.
Your IP address.
Yeah. Because it's U.S., it's banned, so they have it blocked.
Yep.
I think
There's ways around it.
When was
Yeah.
it recent that they would have?
No,
Because
that
I
was-
was playing on it a month and a half ago.
then they caught it. Once it bounces around in the system,
Yeah.
Oh,
they
okay.
catch it. So
Might have been under the radar
like
for a while.
when it went into effect, if I would have never closed my Poker Stars, I'd have been fine.
Okay.
So I just
As long
kept
as it
leaving
didn't
it open.
update.
I left it open for like 4 days, and then my computer got shut off by the kids or whatever.
Right.
And I went to log back on, and that's when it was able to update. But the problem with your suggestion is a guy won the Sunday, what do they call it, Sunday Millions?
Okay.
I don't know, one of the big
The big
Sunday
yeah.
tournaments for, well over 6 figures. Found out he was playing on a VPN. So he just seized his whole account. He lost all his money. That's the problem with that.
That's a big problem. I mean, yeah, you can brag that you won the tournament, but the whole point of winning it
Is the money?
is the prize.
They just took all of his money.
Oh.
He forfeited it.
Make it all legal. Let's go. Come on. It's fucking 2020. There's got to be some kind of backroom handshake that makes everything all right to where we all just have access to play it. Let's go.
Government's got to get their slice.
Well, they'll get
Government-
their slice then.
It's going to be a while. They still, federally, they still haven't even legalized weed.
Although almost 40 states have a
And the
legalized version.
same thing's going to go with the poker.
Mm-hmm.
Slow process.
That's tough. What industry you think would gross more money for the government?
Gambling or drugs?
Pot, yes. Marijuana.
That's tough. I would
legal marijuana
say
sales.
Gambling.
I don't know.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Because you're thinking of it as poker, but that isn't even what ties it in.
Oh, no. There's
It's-
so much more.
Right. The poker's just a small
Wedge.
wedge.
Yeah.
It's all the other.
So that's
online
kind of
gambling.
Sportsbook
probably
is monstrous.
that's damn near legal pretty soon right here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we voted on it. It's
Yeah.
just not in the casinos just yet. is it?
Right. They're just
Okay.
finishing
Working
all
on
the
it.
regulations.
Right. First, I'm gonna go down and bet on the Lions to go, 3-13 or something.
Bet on the coin flip.
I'll do
Each
that, too.
game, they're going to win 70% of the coin flips and lose 90% of the games.
Opening day of NFL football regular season, you're at the casino and you bet 16 coin toss bets
Go home in
or
a
whatever it
limo.
is,
Yeah.
13 games or whatever it is that first Sunday.
Now, on the off chance that the Lions secure Tom Brady. Sorry, hold on.
That's not going to happen. They got to move Stafford first.
That's true, and he ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere,
No,
unfortunately.
nope,
But let's say shit went one way.
right.
Stafford
Hurts his back.
He
and,
goes to New York. Okay?
Okay.
New England.
No, he'd probably go to New York. I think Belichick wouldn't take Stafford. I don't think he's that kind of.
No,
But
that don't
anyway.
seem like it would fit.
There's an opening in the Lions, and somehow they cleared enough money to pay Brady whatever his number was.
He just really wants to play with Patricia as his
I
coach.
guess, yeah, he missed that guy. Would you then bet against the Lions as much?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not right from the rip, depending on how they did in the preseason and what other players they acquired or
Yeah. 'Cause
cut.
I would like to say the offensive line would work a little bit harder. I think the whole team would work a little bit harder.
I think it's just Tom Brady knowing where to throw a football, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
really
he's got to have
think-
the protection.
Yeah.
How many times has Stafford got off his ass slowly this season?
Well, he jumps out of the pocket a lot quicker than Tom Brady does. And Brady's like 1, 2, 3, here comes the ball.
Well, them
Get
rings
ready.
weigh you down.
That's true.
Them wide receivers are doing 10-yard cut. Give me the ball and let me run for 30. Stafford's, gunslinger. It's like Favre and Aaron Rodgers and shit throw that ball
Just not
40,
as
50
good.
yards. No.
It's because he has to be.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's the kind of quarterback he was coming out of Georgia. So they knew what they were getting when they drafted him. It was just, that's what he is. He's not a scrambling, you know.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not saying Tom Brady is either. It's just Tom Brady's just quicker with the get the ball out of my hands. Want to get hit. 40 what years old?
42.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck.
Those rings weigh you down.
That's funny. Got anything else in the hopper? Any other subjects you saved on your phone in the last 2 weeks?
I had one story, but it apparently got updated yesterday and was completely different than what they first reported on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is disappointing.
That's it?
Yeah, it's not even worth mentioning now. It was kind of
Wait till next week. Hear
The cliffhanger.
Right.
the conclusion of that story.
The beginning of that story.
A fucking whole new story.
Where the hell is it? Sorry, I'm looking for something real quick here.
Radio for one.
No, there's two of you.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Mm-hmm. I forget where I save stuff in here sometimes.
That will happen. Do you remember what it was about?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
just the music for the end.
Oh,
I just can't find it.
What do you call a sad strawberry?
oh God. What?
A blueberry.
Did you have Laffy Taffy recently?
I just learned the word for constipation in German.
Yeah.
Far from pooping. All right. What's the difference between a constipated owl and a bad marksman?
Spotted owl.
I have no idea.
A bad marksman shoots but can't hit. A constipated owl hoots but can't shit.
This is like that thing where we have to sit and not laugh at terrible dad jokes.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you find what you got to find. If the internet had a boat, where would they park it?
Oh, hell.
Where?
In Google Docs. Find your song yet? I can go.
I got these for days.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been good. I'm enjoying
No,
the
I
jokes.
Dad says jokes on Instagram. It's my new go-to.
Hours of entertainment.
Oh, for me, yes. 6 topless women sound nice, doesn't it?
It's a math joke for you.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. My first time using an elevator was an uplifting experience.
Oh, my goodness.
Second time, it let me down.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Cue the music.
I'm sure Tony Vasek could set you up with an amateur hour here
yeah.
somewhere. You get like 5 minutes on stage.
Open mic time for you.
Right. Just go up there and just read a bunch of those, 5
Oh,
minutes.
man.
Yeah, don't memorize them. Actually, look for them and read them all.
Oh, I save them. I got a folder.
Oh,
Well, it's been fun, fellas.
that was a good time.
Till next time.
Until next time.